reflection of what Joel's capable of. I think everyone can agree on that. I'm not saying that Joel would have gone through and made playoffs necessarily at their full form, but definitely like what they demonstrated here in a tough group was unfortunately not to their highest of ability, what they're capable of. Anyhow, SCARZ on the other hand, right, like these guys are so consistent and so dominating in Japan. They come here, they can't achieve much. When's that going to change? Because it's been too many events now that they've bombed out pretty early on. Same can be said for Montreal, same can be said for Manchester, even SI last year, not making main stage for any of those events despite making it in Copenhagen at their very first.
Yeah, competition is tough.
Growl and a half, mate.
No, today, as we're saying goodbye to more and more teams, I feel like I've just been hit with the competition is tough.
Yeah.
Back when I was a player, I was very fortunate. Like, we almost never bombed out of tournaments early, never once in groups. Usually we made finals.
Except
often we won them.
Six Invitational 2020.
Well, we made top 8, but top 8 wasn't playoffs back then. It was top 6.
Was that top 8?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay,
Yeah,
you guys did better than I remember.
So we lost the first match and thought it's fine. Or we beat like a map. We top 8, we'll play them on stage, we'll beat them on stage, and we figure out it's still in like group format because it's top 6. No, it's top 8.
Yeah, okay.
So, but no, my point is just that I've been retired for 4 years last month, in January. And it's been such a long time that I've kind of forgotten about the whole aspect of 20 teams go to tournament, 8 stay for the crowd, 6 stay for the crowd.
Yeah.
So many teams don't get to experience that because they go home early.
It's such a different experience, right? Playing online at home to playing at a boot camp or in a team house environment on online games.
For sure.
To playing here at a LAN event, but in the groups or the phase 2 stage, the early playoffs, to then playing on stage. Completely different ball game, all 4 of those different environments.
Yeah.
And SCARZ, unfortunately, haven't had very much experience playing on that stage yet because they have struggled consistently at this point in the tournament, in that group stage. And as I said, they've won here or there in best of ones. They also did get a BO3 win over Wolves at the EWC this year, but I didn't count that because it made my stats sound bad. Also, EWC is not a major, and it's not a Six Invitational. It's not the same.
Fair.
So SCARZ haven't had nearly as much experience playing on the main stage because they keep struggling in these early parts of the tournament. And now in their closing game, they're up against the reigning major champions in W7M, who, by the way, haven't been as perfect as perhaps we expected. These guys have struggled a little bit. They did lose a game already in their 3rd match just yesterday to SSG. Despite getting good wins so far, W7M have actually been pushed every single match so far. Has been a 3-mapper for W7M, 2-1 over OXG, 2-1 over VP, and then losing 2-1 to SSG. So if they 2-0 here, that's their first clean game of the event thus far.
SCARZ have started this round with 0 Heart Breach and a Fuse. Now the Fuse does have can openers, so there is technically some Heart Breach destruction, but typically what you see teams doing the attack, you play a Heart Breach operator and a Fuse. You'll Fuse cluster charge of one side of the wall, you'll Heart Breach the other, and either the charge will go off or the Heart Breach will go off, and you achieve something. But they don't have that combination of operators. They can't breach the walls. And they're up against a Kai Tuberao on this basement bomb site. And it's not a Fuse shield. They're not getting funky with it. It's a Fuse AK-12.
It's weird. I mean, you do have the ability to fuse the floor.
Sure.
And then that goes down into side. But usually there's not a lot of players playing in those exposed positions. And as there's no Maverick and no EMPs, you're not going to be able to open up these hatches with those can openers.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried for them because, again, they're making their life a lot harder than it has to be. And, like, Thatcher's banned, so you need to respect the Kaid now with either Maverick, secondary piece in pocket, or just, generally speaking, hard destruction. SCARZ are going for a full roam clear, so they want to work the map, they want to work the verticality. They spend both Dokkaebi calls now, without really getting a kill from it. Volp's low on HP, of course, on Casa, but they've fallen back to side. There is one roamer, though. Volp's hiding inside of lobby, looking for a backstep, gone unnoticed by SCARZ. Without any more of those Dokkaebi calls, he won't be hurt later in the round either.
Yeah, and Rek was looking scared on that clear. W7M is still looking so happy to continue aggressively peeking these staircases. Even Dash here spots out the Blackbeard for a brief moment. A nade comes his direction. He actually gets aggressive on the back of it, allows it to roll past him. Nina does find the first kill, and that's Volps. That roamer left astray, eventually caught. And Nina's also going to find Dotas downstairs and immediately drop. He almost finds the pick. Nina does fall, traded by Loben, covering his teammate in Dash. Things are looking very awkward now for SCARZ, but w7m are also falling. A few picks here and there for the Japanese. Makes this perhaps winnable.
w7m, they're fighting back. They don't have to. They got the hatches. They got somewhat of, like, you know, soft floor still to work with. Plus the charge from Fuse in the 20 seconds left. Gotta go fast, my friend. Fish like inside, blind pit, diffuser in hand.
Yeah, and that bulletproof camera bears eyes on Fish Like's position. C4 is going to be big. Can't shoot the C4, can you? Washoy needs to land those shots. Tayo's found one. It's all up to Loben. Is there vertical on this plant position? He sees him for a brief moment, but I don't know if he's going to have the angle. There's still a yellow ping onto the position, but I believe Washoy should be able to confirm this diffuser before Loben is able to relocate. Now it's a matter of SCARZ finding safer havens. Still a bulletproof camera on. Tayo and Washoy feeling like their positions may be, in fact, known as Loben shoulder peeking these angles, hoping to bait out a shot or two. But he clearly does not have the information he's looking for. He's having to check every single corner, shoulder bait, flashes go out, and I like this from SCARZ. They're both going to play separate, force the time delay on these 1v1s, and they're going to hide. This is so cheeky from Tayo, hiding in the corner. A couple of shots as Washoy eventually goes down, but it doesn't seemingly matter. Tayo can fall or can find the kill. It makes little difference as Loben had no time to defuse, and SCARZ start strong despite a very strange, messy round.
Gotta praise Nina though. The aggression, getting 2 opening kills, the flanker and the guy on the staircase just drops the hatch and goes for a third. And while it does get shot down, it's again just showing w7m, hey, if you don't respect us in our gunfights, we will take you down. And I think for the Brazilians here, they can slow down the gameplay. They had slow operators, they had, you know, all the hatches still reinforced, the main breach wasn't opened up, yet they're taking all these kind of fights. Dodis was swinging the verticality. He chose to take the confrontation. Dash, stalk around the Swankago stairs, choosing that gunfight as well. They don't have to, but they chose to. The SCARZ, they give us a good look in this first round. Not in operators, not in strategy, but what they're known for, their aggression and their gunfights.
Yeah, thankful that SCARZ was able to deliver when it got chaotic, because, as you said, not enough hard breach to have a clear push. They had to find picks. w7m played into their hands. And now w7m are going to bring the clash for this top floor defense. Volps is hiding near the A-bomb, and he hasn't been detected as of yet. Funnily enough, SCARZ actually do have one of the best counters to the clash in the Zofia. Whether it was deliberate, I very much doubt it, but it'll be handy nonetheless.
Now they find out that Maverick, again, respect the Kaid, you must. Just simplify your initial start to the round. 90 labs, a little bit like Clubhouse in some ways. You can't get those first exterior walls open up on this upstairs bomb site. You just can't make it going anywhere. So this is the must-do. Maverick towards the top of the wall. Don't die to a C4. And then Maverick, the bottom part of the wall, still don't die to the C4. And the wall will be made soft. And you can Sophia it open, shoot it open, etc. And all of a sudden you have to integrate to the building. Now there are 2 exterior walls on this map like this. Whether SCARZ, they want both of them, that's up to them to figure out. Right now, while it's happening, Washoy on the floor is opening up all the council barricades, as many as he can find. And he's trying to peel back these layers from w7m. We'll see here. There's another, the 3rd flourish shown in the round, actually. And it's really good. Might be thinking to yourself, this is very slow pace, not getting any gunfights, that's fine. Right now, they don't need that. They don't care about that. They can take their sweet, sweet time. And then once they get all that done, kill that default camera, start making their way in.
Where was that C4? I'm not sure exactly what Dash had in mind, but... Oh, it was a toss over the top of the wall. Nice, yeah, nice idea. It doesn't find anything. SCARZ actually really haven't put much pressure at all on that connector side as of yet. Very much a rafters-centric push. As Washoy jumps back in. Still no breach on this wall. What's the eventual idea for the execute? We've got Rek lurking below on the Zof, by the way. Bit of a strange position for him.
They reinforce off the catwalk wall. Everything that's surrendering map control into play in a smaller area on the map, so they'll be very compact on the bomb side. Benefit is that they have the clash, they can shut off one of those avenues, but whatever is left open, they'll have to watch. You know, Aqua Stairs, for example, we see Dots playing in that position as a smoke operator. And Volps has to stay alive. Volps and Dots anchoring 2 sides of the coin.
Vertical game here from Rek. Interesting choice to go with the Zafir instead of the Bark for it. He doesn't have any explosives left to try and open up more of the floor and hunt down those players. SCARZ, it's been quite a curious attack for them. They're continuing to poise. Candela's again at top blue. And it seems like that's where the pivot may indeed come from. But guess what? It's Dots. He's right here. He's aggressive. He finds Rek. Eventually traded by Washoe, who looks for a little bit more, but...
Trade.
Yeah, good shit from Dotas up the top of the stairs. He does get that trade eventually directly with Washoe. Now just 2 players there from SCARZ remain. But volps doesn't have a gun. He's that Clash, and he's still just stunning out these players. Spots both of them, and they do end up making it a 2v1. Poor volps here, left all alone inside a site. As Fishlike and Tayu decide they're actually going to vacate the vicinity. They're going to go for a plant. It's really awkward now for Tayu as he's holding onto this position, covering volps' cross, but volps has spotted him multiple times. SCARZ have the crossfire, and volps needs to isolate these ones. The Japanese really have no need to peek in this position. volps still trying to isolate these ones. Bulletproof camera finally dismantled. And here is the discipline that we've been wanting from Tayu and Fishlike. volps just baiting it out, and Tayu does eventually confirm that kill. Believe it or not, SCARZ are up 2-1.
That's how you play a 2v1, by the way. That's how you play a 2v1 crossfire to finish off a round and guarantee it. Just in case anybody was curious from the mishap that happened earlier in the series. Yeah, SCARZ are playing these rounds a little bit puzzling, I will say. They're a bit everywhere and nowhere at the same time. But w7m right now, it's on them. They are failing to problem solve in these moments. I mean, good aggression. Dotas finds 2 kills, he trades right here. Dots found 1 earlier, it's back to a 2-on-2. But then look at this. Dash vaults the rotate.
That's
with
weird.
Clash looking at both of the attacking players with shield up. The Clash didn't take the shield away, applied a bit of fake pressure to maybe threaten the kill, and then Dash goes in through it. No, he just completely sold the round with that mistake. There was 12 seconds left. They were in such a good spot. There was nowhere SCARZ could plant in safety. They had a crossfire. They had full information, and yet they made all the wrong decisions. Awfully slow stuff at w7m, and we expect so much more from them. At least SCARZ are showing up, but they shouldn't be the case.
With the nature of how SCARZ are playing, w7m don't have to force these issues nearly as much as they are trying to. They can just be a little bit more restrained, especially when you're playing operators like Clash. Let the round play out. Have a look at what SCARZ are going for an execute. In that case that you said last round, the Clash could literally just stare at them. Dash wouldn't have had to come back to site until the plant was going down.
Exactly.
But regardless, it is what it is. w7m down 2 rounds now on Nighthaven. SCARZ may be showing us a little bit of promise. It's up to w7m to adapt. We know they're very capable of that.
Ooh. Let's see here. volps might get a freebie. Runs at the door. Off screen right now. volps with very low HP, as is Nina. No one's died just yet. w7m, they're very happy to fight SCARZ on the entries. I think that's a very conscious choice. Try and shut down that aggression. Not give them the entire map for free and make them fight for it. Burn down that timer, because they were very low on time previously in the rounds. It's a basement roam clear, by the way. So, full map is going to get used.
I can't help but hear what's going on the B stream. Why are we casting at the same time as Tim? He's so loud. He's so loud. I can't concentrate. That's good catch, though, from Tayu, taking down one of those Fenrir Dread Mines.
Again, they're sticking their ground. They're not falling back until the pressure gets applied from SCARZ.
Nice.
Nina finds one from the side. 1 HP Deimos gets the job done.
Yeah, it's an awkward position for Loban to play, exposed to an exterior door. However, seemingly there's more action going down. w7... Wait, what? How are you in the site? When on earth did that happen? SCARZ looking to hold off their position. Dotas finds 1, traded back by Fish, who didn't end up committing to that plan. It does allow a little bit of time now for w7m to rotate back, but volps is caught doing so. Now it's up to Dash. He's trying to push the fight as the Deimos is targeting him. Fishlike spots him and takes him on down. I hardly believe it, but SCARZ are up 3-0.
I think he just sent it down the extra staircase. Nina got that kill outside the building, held the rotation, 2 people sprint on down. They get to the bomb site and just get it done again. They're finding gap after gap, winning gunfight after gunfight. And w7m, they look lost.
Yeah, it is certainly time to call that tactical timeout.
It's very concerning. I love the squatting in the corner. He is chilling.
Does look like quite a tense conversation. Of course, we don't speak Portuguese, so we don't exactly know what's...
It always sounds intense to my ears. I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
true. Well, Volps is the IGL of this roster, but Norris clearly has a lot to say. Wow, this is
Yeah, there's
almost an
something
argument
here.
going on, seemingly.
See some shoulders getting shrugged. I don't like that in universal language, at least.
No. If the body language is anything to go by, clearly a bit of frustration has set in here for w7m.
I think there should be.
And I don't blame them because, to be honest, like sometimes we see games go with a scoreline like this and you can kind of see what's going wrong. You can see the pain points. But I have been a bit confused from SCARZ. It's like hard to predict where these pushes are going to go down. We're watching one side of the map. Meanwhile, SCARZ has snuck into sight. We see they have no hard breach. Meanwhile, they win the round from a 2v1 anyway.
I know. It's, and maybe this is the thing. w7m maybe can't identify what's happening or what SCARZ they want to try and do in the round, and it happens out of nowhere. They get caught off guard from it. But the analyst segment did speak about, one individual that has not really been showing up. That's Volps. He was like 3-16 in injuries, so -13. That is really impressively bad. Right now, he's 0-3 as well, getting caught off guard, dying early, not winning gunfights. And you cannot put like, oh, this is why they're not doing as well. This is why they're not going to win the entire tournament. It's not that simple. But Volps was such a spearhead and early success factor in so many rounds for w7m. If he can find success early on and no one else steps up, they often play from an even or behind situation and can't seem to push back when it matters the most.
Well, coming in today, Volps was the 6th worst rated player in the tournament. Here's Rek. Oh, he's had a rough tournament so far. He almost finds a freebie. He's just tempting fate, hoping that Volps will peek him. No exchange as of yet. And I believe w7m are able to retreat. Oh, nice idea there with that C4. Not a bad shout from Loban. Conscious now asks SCARZ that perhaps he might go for a flank.
I don't blame Rek for shaking there. He flinched. As did I. I was like, whoa.
The IRL
nowhere. The IRL lean is the best part. Not leaning your head like, yo, I want to
100% guilty of that. What's Dota's doing? How does he not die there? Bit of damage done by Washoy, but not the kill as of yet. Meanwhile, Nina is taking a hell of a lot of damage on that blitz. He's waiting for the swing. Went for the prone shot. Now he's going in for it. He does finish off the player. However, trades come through and it's all up to Fish. He's got Dash trapped in a corner, but not able to confirm this kill as of yet. Needs to worry about a flank from behind him. A great weapon does he wield for such a clutch. This 552 Commando packing a serious punch, but there's info on his position and it's easy for Dots to swing and splash that shotgun in his face. First round on the board, finally, for w7m. Much needed to convert that tactical timeout.
It's not a puzzling attack, and yeah, I think SCARZ is going to be hard to figure out in this best of 3. Thing is, when you're defending, as w7m they are currently, you will set up the bomb set the way that you want to, and you'll expect your opponents to attack it in maybe some sort of particular way.
Are they fist bumping the admin?
Who are they fist bump?
Oh no.
Oh,
it's Annie.
it's Annie.
I guess the CAG map has just ended.
Oh, I guess so.
So, I don't know, maybe
So it just came over.
Addison, what a legend, just comes over and fist bumps the rest of SCARZ.
I'm so confused. But
that was a nice shot, by the way. I didn't realize he found a pick from the breach. 2 picks, all right.
That's been like, obviously they're expecting certain pushes, and they're not happy in the way that they want them to, so to speak. But when this side swap comes through, and w7m can just attack against SCARZ, I feel they have a
That's so good.
lot easier top of time. Let's go. Oh my god, I love the support.
So yeah,
If you look very happy, I'm wondering what happened on the...
I don't know, maybe we can get production to give us an update. I'm going to have a look on Wikipedia right now, but I think that might be a few minutes out of date.
Let's see here. Remember, the shields keep coming through, the Blitz and the Blackbeard combined with the Finger, of course, faster ADS speed, bit of healing.
Is it over?
I mean, is it between maps or it's over?
Oh, so I think maps 3 is coming up now.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what's that?
Window break.
Yeah, aggressive one. Meanwhile, there is a rush into the side from SCARZ. They might have lost the first player, but the plan is going down, and now it is up to Nina to cover. Oh, the clash, though, that's going to make things awkward. Rek does find Loban. And this Clash is going to be able to achieve a lot. However, Nina is trapped now in the pantry. Looking for something is the Blitz. Rex in an awkward spot. Nina is also trapped. This is nigh impossible now. And this retake is going to be thick and fast for w7m. The Clash, instrumental. Hard countering that Blitz. Nothing that Fishlight could do. And w7m firing up after their second defense one.
I am no post-plant expert, but every attacker staying inside the building, not jumping out that bump set window for a post-plant does confuse me just a tiny, tiny bit. Especially because the Clash was there, walks in, saps you, spots you, yellow pings you, you are as good as dead. That's what happened to all the players of SCARZ. But again, the confidence is there. They rushed the bomb site, they got in, they got the plan. To me, that is a success. It's working. But that late round post-plant, they gotta sharpen up on it.
So I have a spoiler update for the B stream. The second map has concluded.
Okay.
And CAG has beaten Secret on that second map, which means the current score of the series is 1-1. However, as Secret are behind by 4 points, that means they can no longer jump over CAG. And Team Secret are eliminated from the tournament as a result. With still one map to play, there is no way they can jump over CAG, which means one Japanese team has guaranteed themselves into the playoffs. One APAC team has made it into the playoffs. Massive congrats to CAG, and you can see why they were so happy there, fist bumping all of SCARZ. That's a real rough day to be a Secret player. Of course, they've
had a rough tournament.
They've had a rough tournament, but such a good year overall.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, as a pro player, you can win 2 majors, any WC. As that comes around, you get grouped, it feels terrible. Because this is where you want to show up. This is where you want to go to the finals.
Well, the group of death was very aptly named. FaZe, Furia, Shopify, and CAG coming out with Secret not making it through. A great group that was. I mean, so many strong teams. Probably, you know, 3 of the best teams in the tournament, perhaps. But nonetheless, back to here. Of course, w7m still with a lot to play for in this matchup, hoping to jump into the upper bracket. And they've already found the first pick. Rek has had an unbelievably shocking tournament, unfortunately for him. One of the worst players at the event, currently sitting at 1-6. Spawn peaked at the start of it.
Yeah. As still could be, you don't get the calls, don't get to hack any camera phones, nothing of that kind at all. Saving grace, Nina and Deimos has been pretty sharp so far. Can try and isolate some players and get some kills, but those mute jammers will stop the tracker from working. The death mark not successful. SCARZ kind of getting stalled out right now. I hear Cadella, but I see no movement. They just kind of baiting for a rotator thing out. Toxic Babe, trying to force the hand of w7m, but they're not doing much because they don't have to.
Yeah, but this is what SCARZ have done a few times now. They sit and they poke and prod and don't actually form up a clear execute. They're hoping to bait some movement from w7m. Unfortunately for Washoy, that movement comes in the form of Dota's claiming his life. w7m are continuing to play aggressively, but they're tempering it a lot more than they were previously.
Yeah.
And SCARZ aren't in position to refrag.
I mean, they're fighting where they have to, rather than fighting everywhere, so it makes a lot more sense for w7m. And now again, they're disciplined, they're holding angles, waiting for a catwalk entry. And it's just not happening. Again, SCARZ, they keep holding angles, but they gotta stop playing attack. You're an offense, you gotta go.
Flashbang goes out, Dota's safe and easily takes down that kill, looking for another one. Fish like low HP. Dota's as well. Dots will steal the kill with a C4. Major Champions are firing up. After going down 0-3, they have tied the half and move now onto their attacking side. SCARZ looking a little bit worse for wear.
Not a whole lot of talking either, right? There it is. Face likes talking.
Yeah, very low energy.
Yeah.
We need a little bit more. Oh, I'm not liking all these coughs that I'm seeing.
Oh, no.
Maybe they've got Team Joelitis.
I haven't seen Team Joel in forever.
No, I haven't even seen them around the hotel, actually.
No, same. I haven't seen them since the day before yesterday.
Yeah, I
Just
think
vanished.
Yeah, well, it could be that now that they don't have any matches to play, they're just staying in their room and slowly dying. But yeah, I'm sure that they'll be off home before too long. Hopefully they get to hopefully they get to take a little bit of a holiday while they're here. Hopefully they're feeling better as well. That's really what matters.
they've cancelled off the bomb site door, and they've not reinforced the exterior walls. Is that correct? Yeah, they're soft.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the exterior walls to IT breach are soft, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm actually going blind.
Yeah, you're right. And they've castled IT into sight. That's weird.
This is a different kind of setup. I guess they want to try and play for...
Maybe they must have had somewhere else they wanted to use those reinforcements. No,
they got spare.
Oh,
they got 2 spare.
I thought they were just about to use another one, but no,
yeah,
you're right.
Garage, they're giving up garage for free. They're not playing garage. Catwalk at all.
Okay.
This is different.
Very different. Or maybe they're going to juggle it with the bandit. They've already got the electric claws on it.
Sure. It's a heavy turtle bandit trick deny against Maverick.
Yeah.
It shouldn't work, but it might. I mean,
I've never seen a hold on this top floor where IT was deliberately not reinforced, but it is what's happened. Fortunately for W7M, plenty of soft breach. It's actually the shotgun from the striker that's going to open that up very quick. And now W7M are probably going to be looking at this setup thinking, what is this?
it's like, are they baiting us in to get C4 because they castled off both of the doors? Like you see, they're looking for cameras, thinking, what's the trap here? Something's not right. And this is SCARZ.
Now they're dropping below.
They're not really making a lot of logical plays, but it is surprising and confusing W7M greatly. Like, guys, what is this?
Oh, there was a Valkyrie camera up there. Good drone work.
Oh, they found it.
Yeah.
It was a C4 bait after all.
Yeah.
Without the C4 players playing below, but...
Well, there are 3 C4s on the roster, but as you said, none of them are playing below. Nina, yeah, okay, here he is. There's 1 C4. Perhaps it was pre-placed. I didn't manage to see where it was. That's 2 C4s that have detonated with 0 damage done to W7M. SCARZ clearly had an idea, and unfortunately, it hasn't worked.
You're up against the Monty Mavericks, so they can open up the walls, they can walk on in, they can get those yellow pings going. Great pre from Dash, takes down Tayu. Bandit off the board. There's very little area to work with here, right? If you're
W7M. I can see this perhaps working if the Maverick was banned, but SCARZ banned the Thatcher instead. And now this Montaigne is gonna spearhead the push at top blue. Dash finds the kill onto Rek from behind that shield. And now baiting more picks. Fishlike eventually finds one, looking to try and kill the Montaigne now. Easier said than done. Should be fairly safe behind that shield. And Fishlike eventually goes down. It's pretty easy for Dots to claim the last 2 kills. W7M looking very solid now on their attacking side.
I don't hate it from SCARZ, I really don't.
I like the idea.
I like the idea, but I think you're right. I think with the Maverick open, you just complicate your own life so much more. Now, there is a world where W7, they don't pick up the Maverick because the walls are soft outside. And if they don't see a Kaid, they have no reason to abandon it. But pretty sure they droned it out and had some sort of information game. Also, Dash and Dots this round, they're just hitting shots. I mean, look at this.
That was gnarly. Okay, the Maverick did everything there, by the way.
And the Monty.
Well, yes.
Monty was there.
That was, what, 3 kills from the Maverick holes?
Yep, 3 kills. Because Dash got a kill in the beginning as well through it.
If Thatcher is in, then you could have had an electric claw on that wall by default.
Yeah.
And Bandit juggled it, and it would have forced W7M to go below, which they probably would have done. Even a Deimos would have made the Bandit's life hell there. But yeah, maybe there is a world where that kind of setup can work for SCARZ, but I think that you would want to get rid of the Maverick to try and engage in it.
One of the hard things about, well, actually, there are many things that are hard about being from APAC, right? One, it's harder to find practice partners in general for scrims.
We call it being geographically challenged.
That's a good one. Geographically challenged, that's true. It's hard to find good scrim partners, and it's hard to find teams to scrim against that are good, period. Which means when you play these strats domestically, they might be like flawless, they work so well. You go into national, play against like Brazilians, Europeans, South Americans, etc. They don't really tend to work as often because this is stuff that they might have done years ago, or it's just simply, you know, not structurally sound, basically. Yeah. Not saying that's what happened to SCARZ, but they might not have been tested and challenged as much because of they're from APAC.
That could have worked 300 times in scrims.
Yeah.
And the teams that they played against had never brought Maverick or never found a way to counter it. W7M had not only the Maverick, but also the Monty. Perfect for it. And Dots is about to find a freebie here onto Rek.
That doesn't bind him. Careful.
Oh,
careful.
Okay, this is potentially possible for Rek. Oh, the impacts are great. So much damage done. Oh, but coming in to save the day is Loben.
Dots.
Oh, so awkward for Rek. He almost had enough damage done onto Dots, but couldn't land the shots. Credit to Dots for swinging that shield back to protect him even when the guard break was active.
I love watching shield players be like, I can melee this defender. No, I cannot. The melee priority meta has shifted for 9 years straight. Shields always had priority. Now they don't. That means every single time a non-shield player melees a shield player, they will always get that guard break animation. It's beautiful.
Spoken as a true shield player, Nick.
I hate that change.
Nina's in for something here. No, never mind. Great usage of a nade to flush out the position. Dots is down, but not out as of yet. The smoke to cover and potentially go for a revive. Fishlike doesn't have information to deliver that smoke. Oh, this C4 should... that is... I don't know what to say. That's the freest freebie I've ever seen. The yellow ping is just off. That would have been the freest kill.
That's so unfortunate, actually.
I don't even know what to say.
I could have done that. Like, I could have missed it like him. I'm terrible at C4s.
Oh, man. This is rough for Tayo. Last one left. First kill. TCSG active. Brings out the revolver. Finds the shield player, but eventually does go down.
How do you kill the blitz? It's like he ran through him and just killed him on the way.
Literally ran through him. Well, the game has certainly flipped 5 rounds straight for w7m.
Oh, you're right. It's 5 straight.
Yeah, and now the SCARZ will finally take their tactical timeout. Could be a little bit late, but...
You speak Japanese, right? You've been working in this region for years.
I don't speak Japanese,
Not a single word?
Konnichiwa?
That's 1.
Arigato gozaimasu?
That's 2 or 3 or something like that.
Ramen?
I'm not sure ramen counts.
What else?
There's the...
Sake.
Sake.
Junmai. That's a type of sake.
Okay.
I can say that. I can say nigiri.
That's
which
a fish.
Is like the
like the sushi guy.
Yeah, it's like the sushi stuff. Like I don't know. There's like a bunch of basically just food.
Okay. You're not helpful at all because like I don't know what they talked about.
No, but
I don't think they spoke about sake or nigiri at all.
I heard that they were gonna go for omakase later.
They're like, what do you guys want to eat after this game?
Do you guys know any good omakase in Boston?
Oh, it's a nasty shot, actually. I wanted to see what happened if Dots didn't get Huff and open.
Damn.
We're getting some fun with it or frustration.
I think that was frustration, dude. Still on the breadstick, by the way. 1 and 8. He's the only player in the server, I believe, who's died every single round. Dude, don't leave him hanging. There we go.
I like the fist bump, but with the thumbs up at the same time.
It's a double whammy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a double positive there. Oh, also, both teams playing kitchen? That's rare.
Yeah, this is one of the worst bomb sites in the game.
Defenders won it last time, though.
Yeah.
The funny... Okay.
Wait, no, what?
Yeah. The SCARZ rushed, they planted.
Oh, the retake. That's
over.
right.
Yeah.
The thing is about that is that it was SCARZ defending and w7m attacking. And
no, all the way around. It was SCARZ attacking and w7m.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay, that's
oh
what
my god, it's opposite day today.
Okay.
What I'm getting at here is, yes, it was won by the defense, but it was w7m defending against the team that unfortunately
So you don't think that they can retake it if they're SCARZ?
I
think they can. So the thing is, this bomb site gets played, let's say, 100 times. And in 90 of those 100 rounds, Clash is played. It's like without the Clash, this bomb site doesn't even have a tiny chance of working. It's so reliant on the Clash operator. So Rek, who's 1 and 8, has to get some good value here. Staying alive, getting intel, sapping players, slowing them down, and not making silly mistakes in positioning.
Well, there's no EMPs to counter the Clash. We have 1 more nade remaining and a couple of flashes, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Clash spotted now by Dotas. Rek really does need a confidence booster because he has been pretty rattled. 3rd worst rated player in the tournament so far, and he's one of the best in Japan. And yet struggling to convert that here to a Boston performance. Meanwhile, w7m have made good progress here, opening up this hatch. Also wary of aggression. I like that read. Maybe wary of C4s being thrown on up. Dash won't be caught out. And it is in fact holding a C4. Not planning to use it just yet.
That hatch is so funny. I'm curious if they made the hatch in that position, knowing it could be reinforced, or that was just a coincidence. Because
surely it wasn't a coincidence.
when the map first came out, people didn't realize you could safely reinforce it by coming out the window.
I feel like it took a week for people to figure that out.
Okay, but a week is a lot of time in siege terms.
That's true.
Because you played 24/7 on siege alone.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is good info, though. This drone not being spotted out, seeing the entire setup that SCARZ have on that bomb site. Oh, that's an awkward flash from Dodes. He's just baiting out the player from behind the clash. He knows he's not really going to take much damage from that clash. Meanwhile, Dash has gone down. That's the Ying. That's one of the main operators. And Dots has taken a hell of a lot of damage from that C4 too. This isn't half bad here from SCARZ.
This is working so well. We're saying clash, that's the operator for this bomb site. You get so much value. And w7m, they haven't really gone above. They haven't done verticality. I mean, they haven't done anything this round. Nobody from SCARZ is even upstairs. It's completely free, but they're up and not up. They have no ramp, no stretch, no bug. They can't go above.
Volps could have a big impact here, though, especially now Nina's gone down. What's possible now on the jump in? Nothing for Dots. Volps needs to have an impact. He's not going to drop the hatch, though. He's going to go back to the kitchen window. Meanwhile, Loban's got an angle into sight, but the clash is making things difficult for him, and Tayo's finished off Volps. Everyone is just jumping straight into the site and dying. Nothing for it. Is he going to find a kill? No. Fishlock will swing. And that's what we need out of SCARZ. A couple more of them to bridge the gap. It's 4-5. The Japanese are still in this map.
Really well done from Rek as well. I mean, he played the clash perfectly, didn't overstay, but didn't play too passive. He was always sapping, getting info, doing damage, and just simply staying alive. Of course, Nina taking down the Ying so early on makes a huge difference as well. It was kind of one way they could blind everybody on side, jump down the hatches, do something else. A great swing, actually. A little bit cheeky. But this right here, I mean, they are brute forcing, right? One guy in the window, two guys. So here comes the third. Oof. And you just can't do that if there's a player in the corner. But had they gone above, they could have shot him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And it was clear.
I was pretty surprised not to see any vertical play.
Just the lineup, right? No Rand, no Buck, no Sledge. They couldn't really afford to. And this is the thing. When Valkyrie, Echo are open and you're somewhat playing them actively, you force your attacking opponent into playing IQ. When you play IQ, it takes up one of those 5 operator slots.
They didn't even run IQ last round, though. They ran Thermite, Blackbeard, Duckabee, Ying, Maverick. So they got two hard breaches.
Completely fair point.
They got 2 hard breaches. They got Dokkaebi, who's a bit unique, but doesn't necessarily fit into a category. They got Ying, Execute, and then they got Blackbeard as shield.
My only point was that there are so many operators to keep in mind when you're going through it that you can miss something.
Yeah.
Because if you have 9 operators on attack that you can choose between and you gotta pick the perfect lineup, versus having only 6 or 7 options, there's just a higher margin of error there. Like
Yeah, definitely some Vert would have been nice. I actually probably would have used the Thermite charges for Vert.
that wouldn't be half bad.
No, better
Just
than nothing.
shoot open the floor a bit, toss down a flashbang, pop the floor with the Thermite charge, easy. That could work, I reckon. Boom.
Talking about Thermite, by the way, Dots is having a ripper of a game, 12-5.
Everyone but Volps is having a pretty good game.
Yeah, which does align with what we've been saying about Volps recently, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Struggle to find as much form here in Boston as he did in Montreal a couple months back.
Oh, got the I forgot what they call it, the drone projector walls.
The
observation blocker.
Wow. I blanked
blocker.
as well. The obs blockers. Yeah.
Yeah. No one's never seen it being played. Brought up by the Legion of Taiyu, actually.
Don't mind it. Just got naded though.
That's actually good value. Nading that. You get 3 of those walls, by the way. You get only 2 grenades.
Yeah. Good util sync. I like that w7m's being thorough though. I'd rather they nade that util out than take a risk.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's the thing. If you can't drone it, you gotta face check it, and that's a risk. You can die, get one shot, headshot it.
This is a nice flash.
What's the next step, though? The wall is reinforced off. I don't know if the attackers know that just yet. Meanwhile, we see... They're just kind of fishing. They're waiting for these aggressive swings, expecting it to be the answer from SCARZ, but they're sitting tight on the bomb site. No bandit, though. Just a kite close, so I think this wall will get opened up. That means w7m, they get 2 out of 3 breaches open, and that's a swing from Nina. He gets shut down.
Yeah, it was a little unnecessary. I wonder why Nina felt the need to do that. Perhaps he was just feeling confident. There's a breach here as well. Open up by the defenders onto the wall on site. And Dodas has been allowed inside. No, never mind, he's taken out. But what is this? The flanks from Lopin eventually punished. Dots and Dash now, the last two alive. Rek trapped in the corner, and he does find Dash. All up to Dots, and he's got to put 3 together to make this work. Isolate these fights, but hopefully for SCARZ, they won't need to give him anything. They can hide behind their positions, wait to play contact. Rek's in a great position, Fishlike as well, fairly safe. And if Tayu starts to firing, the rest of the SCARZ players, well, they can just swing on him. Dots, 13 kills to his name. It's not going to be enough in this round. He spots the first player, trying to bait out the shots, and Fishlike goes for the swing. We're back even again. SCARZ made this potentially possible.
I really praise them for their crossfire discipline, the 2v1s, the 3v1s. I mean, there are no gaps to be forced there against SCARZ. They understand not to throw when they have man advantage. They just have to get there. Nina swings out aggressively on IT Breach. He dies. Okay, 4v5, not a good start, but they stabilize. And then they don't give w7m anything back after that first death. They fight, they fight, they fight. Great pre-fires all around. We saw Loben backs at the bomb site with the Ying pistol.
Yeah.
He was nearsighted the entire time and couldn't see a damn thing.
That pistol is actually insane, though. I reckon it's one of the best pistols in the game.
Okay, every pistol is garbage. So what is that?
That is not true.
Okay, wait. We'll do a...
Deimos wants to have a conversation with you.
Okay, that's a gadget pistol. Doesn't count. I want us to name an operator that has the best pistol on my countdown. See if we get it right at the same time, okay? So I'm going to say which operator has the best pistol in the game. 3, 2, 1, and then you'll say an operator that has it.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Ella. Oh my god, you actually...
That's wrong.
The scope.
No, that's terrible,
You get the
dude.
red
That
dot.
thing does negative damage.
But headshots, my guy.
When you shoot people with the RG-15, they
heal them.
gain health. They gain health.
But
It's like Doc's stim pistol. Nah, dude, nah, that thing sucks. The only other one I was going to say is the Dig. The Dig's actually all right. It's got a quick reload, too.
Oh, don't care. Didn't ask.
What about the C75?
Without... The thing is... Troy, man. He gives me nightmares. Wide stairs.
Top wide stairs.
Oh my god.
There was a little bit there when, after the C75 got a bit of a buff, there were a couple people that were nasty with it.
It did happen.
Yeah,
it's
like,
true.
people were running it on Dokkaebi instead of the SMG-12 for a while.
That's correct, actually.
I hate it. It's literally like trying to shoot people with a brick. That, I mean, nothing wrong with a bit of thick, but not that level. Like, in that scope, that's too much.
You know, we were casting you and I yesterday, you said the thick of it, and I was like, god damn it, dude. He said the thick of it. And that word is just ruined for me now, due to a certain song that came out.
No comment.
No comment.
I don't get too loosey-goosey with it. We're at breakpoint. This is actually deceptively good game. Like, I was hyped for w7m coming in strong form. And then SCARZ have confused me because it's like, I want them to do well so much. Why have they waited until it doesn't matter anymore?
Rek's above. Backstab.
So close to map point here, aren't they? Loben looking desperate now. He's snuck into sight, but that diffuser is still down. Oh, look at this. Freebie. Fishlike taken out. Tayo waiting for it. Bit of damage done. Loben goes down. It's all up to Dots now. He's got a few players to find. He knows Volps has just died around the corner from Nina. Spots Nina. Beautiful headshot. 2 more to find. That diffuser is still down underneath that hatch with Rek watching it from above. Now that does open the door for Dots to take this 1v1 on site. Should he be able to find where this last player is hiding?
It's risky because SCARZ are playing separate. Look at this. One person in the room with diffuser, one person on the hatch up above. They've established a crossfire of sorts. One grenade in pocket. And one starts to realize it's going to be tough to deal with. There's nobody here, my friend. Look where diffuser is. You'll find enemies there.
I like this play from SCARZ.
Discipline again.
Oh, wow. Rek actually had the angle over the top of the shield. Didn't even think he would, but with that, SCARZ has made the reverse comeback. After w7m found 5 rounds in a row, now SCARZ have found 3, and that puts them on map point.
But they are forced into a less great bombs. I mean, they won the kitchen defense. That was great due to the failures of w7m without doing any of the verticality, which you have to do, of course. But now you can go kitchen or storage. Tertiary bomb sites. It can get kind of dicey here because, well, they haven't gone storage yet, which can also be a benefit, I guess. They haven't shown how they want to defend it, but they've also yet to practice it, what their weaknesses could be up against this squad of Brazilians.
That was the angle that essentially won the round there for Rek. That roam just really was not dismantled accurately. SCARZ.
Seems like both teams are actually trying very hard to take the path of least resistance. Just kind of, I don't want to say lazy it up on the attack, but it is very minimal what they're trying to do.
You try and make it as simple as possible, right?
Too simple.
Yeah. Well, one last chance now for w7m on their attacking side. They need to push overtime here. This is SCARZ's map pick, yes, but considering SCARZ haven't won a map so far at Six Invitational, you would not expect them to take one off w7m. And of course, w7m, major champions, they're gunning to try and convince us that they deserve to be contenders for the throne. And it's a long way from them actually proving that, considering how their group has been a struggle. Every single match they've played, they've dropped a map. And it looks like this may be no different. One last chance to push OT for the reigning major champs.
Lineup not all that different this time around. No Shilto, no Blackbeard, no Blitz, no Munty. The Twitch being brought out instead. It's a very flexible operator. Can fight the Valkyms if there were any. There aren't. The Fenrir mines, of course. The Bandit batteries, the Goyo canisters. Tons of value to be found here. Bulletproof cameras. Dash already doing a good job. While that's ongoing, we see Dots working the breach with Volps right now. Fishing for a kill. SCARZ is sitting pretty. Not taking any risk just yet.
We have seen SCARZ peek this breach a little bit too confidently in the past. This is so cheeky from Rek. What he needs is someone else to come and support him.
Yeah, kill the drone.
And bait. So Nina here needs to be faking a swing. He needs to be shooting the drones so that Rek can be allowed to stay undetected in this position.
Or just, if he gets misdroned, which shouldn't happen, of course, but it does sometimes. We see it here. Let's Dash. These guys play in Brazil. Probably the best drone region in the world for this. Yeah, he sees him instantly. Oh, yeah.
Dead.
Oh, he's alive.
Wow, no one was covering him on the retreat. That's a surprise.
They actually all left the breach as they got opened up, I guess. Yeah. They're all way off. But that's the thing. They can get the breach upstairs. That sees the vert for the bomb side. And then all they gotta do, in theory, is jump in the B window, where Washoy is actually playing at, and the guy in bottom garage. And they can go for a plant attempt, but the issue is going in that window is very difficult.
Here's the entry from Dodez. So close to the site. He finds it onto Washoy. Good trade, though. A C4 comes out, but w7m are too quick for it. 3 versus 3 now. But control upstairs, still in the hands of the Japanese. Not enough info for Rek above. What is that? The crossfire, unexpected. Dots finds one. A good trade, big for a double. Volps, we've criticized him, but in the dying moments of the map, he comes up clutch. Now Dot's still on the floor as Volps and Loben try and pick this one up, try and pick up their teammate, and Volps finds a third. That's what we need from him. Overtime is on the menu.
He's finally awake, getting the big 3K, trading his teammates, finding the gap, getting in there, and locking it down. It looked a bit messy in the moment there because they relied on one player to get that entry, but they had really good drone work. The yellow pings were active. Overtime indeed, and SCARZ, one of the things I do worry about for them, their strategical depth, their strat book. How many more times can they play these different bomb sites and attack them and keep things fresh, keep surprising the opponent, because that has been the biggest way they've been winning it out. They've been unpredictable, sometimes to a fault, but it has worked out. It's gotten them this far.
One thing I will say for SCARZ is, despite having a really rough tournament, they have been playing against progressively harder opponents and doing progressively better each time.
Okay, so in their first weakest team, they'll be winning, basically.
Maybe. But in their first match, they played Space Station. They won 5 rounds in the series. In their second match, they played OXG. They won 8 rounds in the series.
Okay.
And then against Virtus.pro, the top of this group, they won 10 rounds.
Oh.
Now they've already won 6 here, just in the first map against w7m. If the trend continues, considering that SCARZ did get an overtime loss against VP, I feel like SCARZ are due for an overtime win.
Let's see if they can do it. Only need 2 of the following 3 rounds. This time, though, look at the attacking lineup. I see a Ram. I see verticality. I see a Blackbeard that can escort the defuse in the bomb side. I see the solutions to last round's problems on this bomb site attack. A wreck on the Clash will still be a problem, sure, but a Clash cannot technically stop a plant from going down, only slow it and do a bit of damage.
And this has been very quick so far for w7m. 40 seconds into the round, we already have a substantial amount of top floor control. We're already getting Vert onto the bomb site. It's a lot of the tick boxes that you need on the attacking side for this round, for this bomb site. SCARZ need to make sure they retain this even numbers. Don't lose too many players too early. volp is looking fired up, the IGL. He's also put a deep flank watch drone. As we see, volp get to work now on the Vert. Oh, he sees the player downstairs for just a second. Who is that? Another spray from Washoy. Bit of damage onto volp. Another impact.
He's crazy.
And that's the kill. That's exactly what we need out of SCARZ. A bit more aggression, a bit of gusto into the round.
I can't believe it. He runs around, gets the boogie drone, gets the kill, falls back, full HP, back to his corner. This going out left, right, center, and now w7m playing from the back foot once more.
Oh
he finds
my
a
God. So much for Vert being one of the win conditions for this round. Washoy says absolutely not. Eventually Loben, I'm amazed that he managed to see that using the iron sights, but a good kill nonetheless for w7m to perhaps salvage the hope of winning this round.
Candelas can go out, blind the players, but a pre-ripped C4 can of course trade it back. One more smoke in pocket of Dash. The first smoke was purely a bait, but the 4 Candelas, that's the saving grace potentially here. Try and get inside the bomb side. It's a 3v4. Gonna have to get at least one of these kills. We see 2 players, one left, one right. Now they got the positions known.
He wants to drop. The Candelas could be instrumental should he drop now into kitchen. He's got to go and deal with the crossfire. The smoke, a surprising play, especially considering one of them is a warden. The flash is not likely to work here against that operator. Nina, what are you doing? He just feeds him. He's warden for goodness sake. There's no EMPs on the board and no reason why he needs to be pushing that. And now SCARZ have left the door ajar for w7m to win this opening round of their attacking side in overtime. And Loben's found fish. Rek needs to have an impact on this Clash of C4 to go out. And Tayo does kill Dash. Somehow, while flashed, he finds it, and now it is up to Rek to try and deny that plant. He goes down, and Loben finds Tayo! SCARZ should have won that! They should have won that dead to rights! But w7m, they've stormed in the kitchen, and they've cooked a meal out of SCARZ!
Oh my God, I saw the replay on the monitor from Loben and Blackbeard. He was flaking left and right, blocking bullets, dodging them, and getting both kills. Dodes, he was doing thermal upstairs with 10 seconds left. I thought, where's the backup, man? Where is it? When the final seconds of the round, Dodes showed up, and the cover was good. A messy round. Washoy, massive 2 first kills, but it somehow wasn't enough. Ooh. Let's see this.
This was the moment where it all fell apart.
Yeah, sprinting in. But look at this. Bang, that's good. And then here.
I genuinely don't get it from Nina. Oh, that was nice. Loben was nasty that round.
Some players would benefit if you unbound their sprint key.
Yeah.
The scoreboard. So there's 3 things. The scoreboard can mentally tilt you if you're not doing well. Sprinting can get you killed if you sprint into a gunfight. And the third is the health bar, which you can remove as well.
I have heard a lot of people do that.
Unu, back when I played with him, didn't play with the health bar enabled because in his mind, he was always full HP. And it's a one-shot headshot game in Siege. So technically, you're always 1 HP if you die to a headshot, right? Only thing is, if you're planting and you need to know how much health you have against like a smoke or Goya fire, you can't think you're full HP and then stick the bomb, right?
That's true.
But who knows an injury, so it worked.
Yeah, wow, interesting.
Nina should unbind the sprint key.
Yeah, I just don't know what was going on. That's not a good start for Rek. Spawn peaked early on, and yeah, he's died almost every single round in this game. Yeah, I think if you look back at this game, there have been a few pivotal moments, and to me, the Warden not using his glasses and sprinting into the smoke to die, that's going to be one of the ones that SCARZ will be choking on a bit later.
It's been a very big team effort as well from w7m. I mean, besides volp, who did have an individual very big round, getting that 3K and finishing it up, he's 5-8, but everyone else on double digits. 15, 11, 10, and 11. Lobin is dead, as I say, his statistics. Nina downstairs with the back of the whole team, basically, hunting him down. I like that from SCARZ, saying, okay, isolate player, let's go down, take him out, and then go back to the plan A of actually clearing out the bomb site and the map itself.
Lucy's an unusual pick, but Volps has brought her in for it. SCARZ spots out one of those advantages as they start to make their move in from electrical, and w7m are actually repositioning as they know there's not a lot of pressure over on the rafters side of the map, so they'll reinforce that position with more bodies. Meanwhile, w7m playing vertical. Shotgun on Deimos, not something we see every day as he brings out that pistol. Dash waiting for a fight here with Nina, and he gets him. Nina caught with the gadget in hand, becomes a freebie. Exposed now is Dash inside of the Bs. Tayo about to be minced meat. A C4 sends him. Fishlike and w7m, the last ones left as they try to pick up kills here and there. A retake now from Dots, 15 kills to his name. Dash playing aggressively, and they have retaken control, and they have the map. It's an easy one in the end for w7m. Pushed at the start, but not to be trifled with are the major champions.
Yeah.
A valiant effort from SCARZ, but w7m will not let that one slide.
An easy end, but such a struggle of a beginning. SCARZ, the first 3 rounds in a row, they called attack timeout from w7m, and then they brought it back 5 rounds straight. Value there in just reorganizing things, going back to basic. Guys, these are our problems, this is what we gotta fix, just get it done. I love when a good tactical timeout happens.
So some good moments there from SCARZ, but still not enough to find their first map of SI. One last chance to break that losing streak as w7m take us next up to Border.
W7M are up 1-0 in the map, but for this to be one of the best maps for W7M, and for SCARZ to bring it that close is good for them, but should be maybe a bit of a worrying sight for W7M.
Yeah, I mean, watching the whole game, it looked like W7M started out by playing not to lose. Obviously, the pressure could be seeping in a little bit. I think there's positives and negatives for both teams. W7M getting the win out, good composure, but the fact that they kept it that close, in my opinion, as the previous major champs, I don't think that's telling for W7M that we can believe in to win this Invitational. Hopefully they can change things up onto map 2. But as for SCARZ, ego challenging W7M on a really good map for them is a very difficult thing to do, and they kept it very close. They had a lot of creativity in the way that they wanted to play. I did like what I saw out of SCARZ, but the issue is they're eliminated now, and so them doing this well in a situation where the pressure is not on, it's such a sad sight to see, because SCARZ could have done this throughout the previous games. They have the potential to be going toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the world, and it's unfortunate that it just takes them having no pressure on their shoulders to finally lock in. There was nice improvements that we saw. Everything that we talked about on the pre-desk was exactly what we saw SCARZ do, but it's just a little too late. Sad situation for SCARZ.
It makes you wonder where the SCARZ was when it mattered more, when they played these important games to keep themselves in the group. But overtime for them, like we said, on one of W7M's best maps, is certainly not something to be too upset about, though. Good performance from Dots as well, definitely the MVP of that map.
Absolutely, and then a player that I wanted to highlight is just Tayu, because going into this match, he was the worst rated player in the whole tournament. And so now, of course, when the pressure is down, he still went 9-9, so it's not going to boost him up too much, but at least having some impact in the server is a positive. It's a positive thing to see.
Yeah, for the SCARZ players, they definitely had some impact in those first rounds, because on those attacks, we saw some creative things and some good teamwork, which Leo is over on the telestrator to explain us.
Of course, that's one of the things that we mentioned at the beginning. SCARZ is missing that teamwork, that fundamental play, that cohesion in important games. Now, obviously, they don't have pressure on themselves, and they've showed up. We're looking at here, this attack on top floor. It's a 2v2 setup, and I want you to pay attention at the situation here. You have two entry points, Catwalk here, Electrical here, and both of these entry points are covered by v7m on the Clash. That's washing that and covering all of this for Dash in a crossfire, perfect crossfire, and v7m is calling that. The two remaining players are here. For some reason, Dash decides to give up on that crossfire, and this will be a big mistake, because it then opens up a long line of sight on his rotation. All those guys have to do is punish that rotation as soon as he moves, and that's something that will happen. Now, I want you to pay attention at the instant reaction from Tayu. He goes to pressure that Clash, push her away, so that Fishlight can go and plant in a safe spot. That's a really good setup from them. And then pay attention to this setup. Again, amazing fundamentals, amazing crossfire here from SCARZ to prevent v7m from any potential comeback. As soon as he goes in the door, he gets killed, and that's a perfect fundamental play from SCARZ. So they have it in them. Maybe they will show it on border. W7M needs to be tighter, though, if they want to take second seed of that group after a short break.
There are many great players who are not champions, who have never lifted the hammer, who might never lift the hammer, and it's not because they aren't good enough, they just might not put in what it requires to really get there, because they're the goods and not the greats.
There is not 1 hour of the day where your mind can be off siege. You have to sacrifice everything to win.
If you were to win any event and call it quits, it would probably be the Six Invitational.
Chegar no topo uma vez, então assim foi momento de muita emoção.
The Invitational is, the kind of the final checkpoint, the final test. It meant the world to me.
History will be made here, because for the first time on home soil, a Brazilian team will win a world championship.
The only thing that matters is the 4 guys next to you, your coach, and the screen in front of you.
No one ever really just goes and wins. You have to go through the pain, the hardships.
Phase are exploding!
You have to go all in, that's it.
Quem perdeu foi nós tudo ali, e a gente que vai virar isso aqui agora.
Você tem que confiar muito no seu time,
No home this she, no home this she.
And brought it all the way back!
When you truly want to become the best, you truly have to believe that you are, because you have to play it 100%.
w7m find themselves on map point, and they would just need one more map to shoot themselves up to the second spot in their group. A huge advantage that comes with that, and that's something that they'll be playing for on their own map pick of Border. Starting out on the defense, what do we expect to see on this map?
I mean, hopefully they shook off the nerves and the pressure from map 1 going into map 2. And I do think the map difference, Border is so small, everything is lining up to work in w7m's favor. They're able to play a lot more aggressive on the map. They're able to contest SCARZ. I was going to call them Secret for a second, but they're able to contest SCARZ head-on without letting them get any unique or intricate rushes out of the way. And w7m, we saw them play against OXG on this map, and they had their own sets of rushes. They were completely taking OXG off guard.
I think the biggest difference for me is that, like you said, at the beginning here, when they were defending on labs, they were playing slow pairs, right? Melusi, Wall Denial, Clash. I think for Border here, they can completely switch the pace. They can go in the face of SCARZ, be as disruptive as possible, match the aggression game, because these guys have better gunners. And when they go into this, they can have a really strong defense side and then play the rushes for themselves.
First SCARZ, on the other hand, this is a map that you can't get away with a lot of aggressive rushes. You can get into the map. That's one thing that SCARZ, their highlight of the tournament so far is their opening engagements and being able to take position. So if they can get a hold of Border, there's so many ways that you can take the site away from the defenders without overextending yourself.
And reminder, guys, they just finally in labs on the third round, if I remember well, managed to get a rush and plan at 222 in the round. So they're able to do it. They're able to execute it. They probably have prepared some of them. We just need to see their execution now.
Well, SCARZ look very relaxed going into this matchup. I mean, for them, it is already the end of their tournament. We know that. They're not going to be able to continue to the playoffs. But for w7m, at the end of last map, we talked about that pressure that is on their shoulders. They already move up that one spot in the group, find themselves third now. One more map would mean they are second. We thought we could see this pressure on them at the beginning of this last map.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw it. They were trying to play not to die. They were playing very slow operators, trying to stall SCARZ so that they wouldn't lose the game themselves. But then we realized after they went down 3-0, that's not the way that you win a siege game, especially on labs. On a map like Border, it's the same thing. You can't just play back into the site. On defense, you have to be proactive. You have to go for those gunfights. And like Leo said, you have to match that aggression, or else it's you're dead in the water.
My take is that that pressure is gone completely. If you look at the faces on the side of w7m, they look completely relaxed and chill. They've got now 2 maps, and they only need to win one, right? They've got border and clubhouse. That's 2 ammunition. They can take it away right now.
It might be the last time we see SCARZ on this international stage for this season. And it might be the chance of w7m to shoot themselves up to the 2nd spot in the group. Would be absolutely huge for their seeding. Border is the map that we're going to find out what's going to happen.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's exactly right. Border is where it may all end for SCARZ. It's been a rough year on the international stage for these guys. Time and time again, we see them come to these majors and these Six Invitationals, and yet they are still waiting for their chance to win a best-of-3 series. One last chance to do it. They look pretty close on Nighthaven Labs, but now they got their work cut out for them on w7m's map.
I just want chaos, you know? This is a map that screams chaos. SCARZ are a team that can create chaos. I want to see it, James, because if they are going to go out, well, okay, they are going to go out, sadly, but if this is going to be their last or second last map, make it a show. Show us the SCARZ that we know and love, that can do the crazy stuff and make an entertaining game of Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, and we saw them make a pretty significant comeback and claim map point on the first map. So we know they're capable, and we already know it's been a great day to be a Japanese fan in Rainbow Six Siege, with Cyclops already making it through to the playoffs with their huge win over Secret earlier today on the B stream. So SCARZ got their work cut out for them. w7m, on the other hand, very much a different kind of situation. As the guys on the analyst segment had said, this is not what we expect out of Major Champs. This is not what we expect out of a team of w7m's caliber. They need to go into the playoffs flying. They've already made their way to the upper bracket by winning one map, but still a chance to lock in 2nd seed, which has a pretty significant seeding advantage in the seeding process for the bracket itself. So w7m, time to fire up and get this done in 2.
Lofty target ban on the operators. No demos being respected by w7m. Blackbeard banned up by SCARZ, saying, you know, we saw what happened at Nighthaven Labs. These are operators that you played well and that we played well. Let's get rid of them and go again and see what we can get up here. Valkyrie. Is Rex singing?
It looked like it for a second.
It sounded, it looked like it. Okay, no, he's quiet. Okay, I'm sorry for calling you out, Rick. My bad. I heard someone sing.
Well, are you sure that wasn't just us before we went live?
We were
jamming out. I was having a great time. It's funny because the analysts, the people at home won't know this, but the analysts are actually in the same room as us.
They're in you,
like, about 2 meters away.
You almost reached them, yeah.
And there's a few times where we've been like laughing before we went live, and we're getting stared at by Anne, and she's like, you know, stop making noise. I'm pretty confident that our singing wouldn't have gone through to the mainstream, but if you did hear some 2 like knuckleheads singing in the background of that analyst segment, that may or may not have been us.
We were dancing too.
We were actually. The cameras weren't on. Thankfully.
Oh boy. So, 15 seconds time. The doors will open. The first round starts. SCARZ are on the attack. Got the Dokkaebi. They got the Finka. They got the Lion. I'm liking where this is heading. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Border, like Fox said, it is a map where you can kind of rush into direct takes on pretty much every single bomb site. So I feel like this is like the map where attackers, if they are willing to go for it, can try and control the pace, take control. If they want to go fast, the defenders, they have to match or fall apart.
That's exactly right. SCARZ have elected to start on this attacking side. I want to see some pace to go with it. New jammers are going to slow down the drone work. Not sure what Tayo was looking for, perhaps an Elamine. I didn't personally see it. Nades is poising the position to potentially run up from below. That was Washoy.
Closed.
Robin's in a bit of a dangerous spot, peeking all these doors and windows. SCARZ are yet to punish him. Wreck from down below. He's tempted, and I know exactly what's coming up here. Washoy, the adrenal surge. Both of them found by Volps. There's nothing for it here for SCARZ. One by one, the rush is thwarted. They drop like flies. Tayo and Nina now desperately looking for something. It's all up to Nina, the newest addition to this roster. And my, does he have his work cut out for them. Time to make this nice and quick for w7m. Nina's just going to bait. Volps around that corner. Ooh. He will be found by Nina. 4 more to find. Angle almost spotted. All the way over in CCTV. They know exactly where he is. Come on, Nina, give us a few more of those.
Nice little wall bang there from Dotas. Whether that was deliberate or not, Nina has now vacated the vicinity, dropped downstairs, and I think they finally clued in. He's going to make his way back up the main stairs. 2 of his teammates already died in this position. Could it be a third Japanese player falling? Indeed it is. Main stairs, the death of SCARZ. And w7m starting strong.
Yeah, and Volb's actually waking up the 90 entries, finding some kills, and very early on getting in the driver's seat. Volb's back when he was on Liquid, which didn't go very well for him.
No, it did, unfortunately.
But the way that Volb's worked back then is if he could get started like the first or second round, he'd be fine. But if he went like 0-2, he would never make a comeback mentally from that, just struggle. Seeing him join back on the lowest roster that became the w7m roster has been such an upgrade for both him and Liquid. You know, they both actually benefited from those changes. They could get Maya instead, Volb's goes back to his old boys, things go better, great 2K for the round there. And I will say, as great as Dokkaebi and Lion they can be as operators, there is one massive downside that I don't think it's considered enough. It's such a big tell on when you're gonna push, because you're not gonna use the Lion charge and the Dokkaebi call without acting upon it.
That's me watching a SCARZ rush right there. A little sus. Sussy. No, you are right.
Because, I mean, it was obvious something was gonna happen, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we saw that by Volps immediately just checking out. I wonder if they're coming up the main stairs. They already cleared our barbed wire, and now there's a Dokkaebi call and a line scan. Surely there's something happening. And there you go, the kill confirmed. 2, in fact. So SCARZ, second round, is it going to be a rush again? Is it going to be an explosive push? If it is, the Lion and Dokkaebi will not be a part of it.
You know, I still miss the time that Bach had frag grenades. I miss the time when Svet had SMG-11. I miss the time when we had T-Hunt in the game. That's my final top 3 right there. That's, yeah.
I miss the time when Lion had full wall hacks.
Okay, let's don't. No,
I miss the time.
I will solo get your
When Blitz
I'm solo cast the rest of this.
I'm gonna get hit if I keep this up. I miss the time where Ella had the best everything in the game.
That was
the best gun in the game.
Kemter Kid was the best player in the world when that happened, dude. He was nasty on the Ella.
Yeah, you got carried.
Oh, that's a nasty entry from Rek, though. Confirm the kill maybe, question mark.
Oh, there we go. Hello. Up from behind, Loben comes for a big flank. Oh, there was a drone on that position as well. That is rough. Surely not a kill here. There you go. Loben eventually does go down. Washoy gonna have to use a nade to try and confirm that one. Meanwhile, okay. Loben's clearly got his steel pants on today. Perhaps looking to bait.
Oh my god.
There you go. Dots almost found Washoy coming in to try and finish off this kill. But out of it all, funnily enough, SCARZ end up in an advantage thanks to baiting that last kill.
Washoy's a mastermind. He missed the nade on purpose, made it look like an accident, baited the other players to help the injured member on defense to get another kill confirmed. But the thing is, it's back to a 2-on-2 with over a minute to go. Limited drones from the attackers, limited intel from the defenders. Again, comes down to crossfire and discipline. Alpha showed us on the Tillustrator how good SCARZ can be in a 2v1 and a 3v1. But how good can they be when the numbers are even in a 2v2 instead, and there is so much map to work with, plus SCARZ on the attack this time, not on defense.
A danger play here for w7m as Dota's still holding onto that top floor with the DMR. He can open up avenues to look vertically down, and they're going to hunt him. 2 players going up, and they will find him.
Oh no!
What is going on, Tayo? There was no reason to kill Washoy there. 1v1. Time to finish it off, Tayo. He does redeem himself. It was a 2v2, but Tayo says, nah, it's a 1v3. I'm going to take them all down with me. You have to laugh at that.
Sometimes you want to be the main character, man.
Can we get a replay of him doing that eyebrow thing again?
We have it in the system. You just play it.
We still have that in the system. Every time we have a Tayo moment, he just has to, we have to see that.
Let's see, so the flank captain here past the drone, gets one, runs away, gets injured. But this baiting was great from Washoy. And just, you know, doesn't risk anything.
Yeah.
Confirms it.
I want to believe you. I reckon it was deliberately masterminded. Let's see this from Tayo's POV. Okay.
Oh, I blame Washoy for that. He walked back into the line of sight.
Yeah, Tayo also, like, backed up and, like, looked into him. Rek is, like, begging. Me when I team kill but still clutch up. Oh, dude.
It's funny because a team kill in pro play, we call it Corey back in Europe.
Yeah.
Even internationally. And then for the longest time, it hasn't really been mentioned because Corey like retired, no longer played. Then he comes back and he's coaching the former Bleed, the Joel roster at this event. And
Maybe he gave
Corey.
Yeah. Well, maybe he gave them the sickness and it was like an IRL team kill.
That would be a Corey.
That would be a bit of a Corey.
He took out the whole roster, said, if I can't play, nobody can play. You see an Amaru?
Yeah.
I like me some Amaru sometimes.
Is it info? Surely there's a pre-place drone for this.
I hope so for his sake, because otherwise this is not a 50-50. It's like
just YOLO it, dude. Like,
yeah, just send it.
Just send it.
All
I mean,
right,
there is a guy in armor right
get
now.
building right now.
Loban's gonna hear this 110%. Rekka's talking
What did you say,
to his
James?
teammate.
When do I go in?
Oh.
Now? Oh.
3, 2, 1.
0.5.
0.25. 0! In he goes! The Candela's supporting him. However, he doesn't get flashed. The Warden eventually does go down. Rek has somewhat managed to make it on that. But guess who else is jumping up things? It's Dots who's come up that hatch. Almost a shot there from Volps. Dots will fall to Rek, who was watching off that position, carves him up. And W7M are forced back. SCARZ in a numbers advantage. Dash almost falls. Spray through the wall, but Volps finds him.
This is chaotic.
Yeah,
this is what I wanted, James.
It is.
Back to a 2-2. We've seen this one before. Tayo is dead. Means no team kill, but no clutch. What happens now, James? Who's gonna take this one?
Someone else is gonna take matters into their own hands. Who's gonna do it? As a Dokabee's logic bomb continues.
I don't think they heard him.
They must have heard him.
He's right next to him. Like he's right behind Nina.
Watching from the hallway. I mean, the bomb site is downstairs. They have that diffuser. Rek can just fall on down. Fortunately for him, there's no way in from Workshop, so he is going to have to cross his line of sight where Dats is watching. Nina does a lot of damage. Rek's also low. Volps to support vertically. All up to Rek now. He could go back upstairs through one of those hatches using the Gyro Hook. But otherwise, he's got to deal with this crossfire. 2 players from W7M versus a low HP Rek. He's just waiting.
He's got 2 flashbangs. Oh, he sees dash.
Shoulder peek.
Doesn't connect the shots, though.
It's a nice job to make that 1v1, but the crossfire is there from Volps. And W7M looking solid.
Some close rounds right now. The first one, very one-sided. The last 2, again, comes down to that 2 versus 2. But a lot of map to play on border. This time, defenders come out on top. No clutch happens for SCARZ. It's still early days of border right now. Oh, this is a run out. Oh, okay. It's always fun to see how Ying can work sometimes, right? Because Rek and SCARZ, they had to execute. He flies in with the Amaru, gets team blinded, and then Warden kills someone else because of it, sadly.
Yeah, ironically, the Ying there, the only player that actually affected was the Warden, who obviously does not get affected by the Ying. And the one who was going up with the Gyro Hook also got flagged. Dots is now trying to hide the Kai, so that SCARZ won't be aware of the wall's electrification. He'll come and help out as well. We've also got a mirror brought to the table.
I like that.
Yeah, Mirror Castle.
Not a utility hero, am I?
Yeah.
No, we don't see much of at this event, Maestro. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah.
I've seen a total of like 2 rounds of Maestro things so far. It is not enough.
He's deadly these days.
He is.
3 Evil Eyes.
LMG.
Yeah, that thing's nasty.
Yeah.
Brava does make it a little bit harder to play
Brava
Maestro,
sucks
though.
when you're playing Maestro.
Yeah. But there's nothing more fun than playing Brava and you hack like 3 Maestro turrets.
Oh god.
The Yokai drones.
Oh god.
Bulletproof cameras.
Oh. That's too much, man. Too much value in one operator right there.
Is this an Archives execute with Osa?
Yeah, they got the Osa, yeah, so they can EMP spam for...
Where's my glass?
Where's my glass?
Where's my glass?
This might work. I mean, there's dodges by the bombs up with a C4 and pocket on the kite, but other than that, nothing right now can really stop the plan. So if you just EMP spam and catch the C4 midair with the timing, nothing can stop. Oh, well, okay. If the castle barricades gets opened, then nothing can stop them.
Well, we can't see the previs.
Okay, they get it.
Tayo can. This one should get it.
It should be free.
There are still nitro cells available. Meanwhile, elsewhere, an exchange. Hello! How has Washjoy gone and done that? He snuck behind enemy lines and he's found one pick. Almost another one, but traded by Volps. And now the plant going down from Tayo. He stops it, he fakes it. A C4 going to be sent on over. And that should crash one of those shields from the Osa. He does have one remaining here, which is set up on the balcony. But
oh my god.
No C4s remaining.
I flinched when that drone flew into my face, I'm not gonna lie to you. The plan is still possible though. If Red can cover, which right now he very much is. Oh, the issue is Volps is all the way inside of archives actually. Okay, this is tricky. The map is split in two, and w7m play on both sides of it, so they can't cover both situations. So Tayo rotates over, but now Volps swings out and gets the kill instead.
All up to Tayo, 1 kill. 2 kills.
Oh, but that's easy.
3 kills! Look at him go!
T-Hunt is back!
Play that replay again. I want to see the eyebrows. This guy is a god all of a sudden. He's teaching us to count to 3 in Japanese. I don't think they can understand you, bro.
They're taunting them.
Bro. I love that. I'm here for it. I'm living for this.
When you don't speak English, so you trash talk in Japanese, but you speak Portuguese. I mean, this was clean though. Bim, bop. And you wanted to call this before it happened too, Poop. Yeah, you saw it play out that way. I heard you.
There's only one way that pans out for Tayo. Man's cold.
Straight to
Take
hydration.
A big sip, and come on, do we get... I could just watch the player reactions the whole time.
Rick didn't even do anything. He was just like the most excited of them all. Love that. So a bit of a tilter there for w7m obviously, because how did you lose that round? Lack of discipline. And funny enough, that's one of the things where SCARZ, they are, by every measurement and expectation, the worst team in this matchup. But in 2v1s and 3v1s, they are by far one of the best teams that I've seen actually at this event. They do not give up anything for those kind of clutches to slip away from them. They would never swing that. They would have a 3-man crossfire, play off contact, and just kill the last player that was Tayo. Snipe here. See a yellow ping. Entry. These nades on the doors keep happening as well. No grenade cooking, by the way, in case you guys are getting scared there. That got removed recently-ish, so can't cook grenades. Hold on as long as you want. Volps finds Wreck though. Dodos with a second as well. And w7m, they're heating up. They're just falling apart right now. Dodos with a second. Washjoy gets the third for his team, but SCARZ, they're barely inside the building, and they're mostly all dead. Nina 1 HP. Somebody help this man, but no help can be found. Washjoy, it's your time, buddy. 1v4, no, can't find a single one. Lopen confirms the round, and just like that, w7m, they can throw a 3v1, but they win the 5v5. It's very quiet on the Japanese side.
Wowie.
Wowie?
Yeah.
Wowie?
What to say? After firing up like that, SCARZ, they're close to making this look competitive.
Cuidado com coisa pro PC, guys, porque eles fizeram play osa, tá? Na passada. Eles não são muito de repetir play, não.
I wish you spoke more languages.
Yeah,
that's what I'm learning when I go to international tournaments.
I like that early aggression though from w7m that round.
I mean, they're just swinging everything, winning every gunfight. So it's funny because earlier today when James and I were casting the wait, was it earlier today? I don't even know at this point. It was earlier today. We're casting a match, and we go to the bathroom. And if the matchup is like an English-speaking team and like a Portuguese team, the English-speaking team can talk strats in the bathroom as they're, you know, peeing or whatever, but the Brazilian team totally can because of the language barrier. And this happened to me in the SI 2019 Grand Finals against Empire, where they would just speak Russian next to us, and we were like, what are they saying? And we couldn't speak English because they speak English.
It's particularly hilarious because, like, between maps, like, we're often going and, like, getting some water or going to the bathroom break, like, and they're all just speaking. You're walking around, people speaking all kinds of different languages, and yeah, being able to be a non-English speaking team actually gives you an advantage.
It does. And it's because when we were in there in Shopify, during the break, they didn't say a word, but the Brazilians are just yapping the entire time. It's like, they can't.
Yeah. So, actually where we stand at the moment with this round, every single round counts for W7M for impacting the seeding coming into playoffs. That's right. So currently, how it stands, W7M, if they win 2-0, they will be the second seed in this group, right? And the second seed teams get to pick the first seed. Nice early pick from Washoy. But as it stands, if W7M do not lose another round from here on out, they will be the tied best second seed team in the tournament across all the groups. Tied with M80 in their group. Okay. And what that means is, of all the second seed teams from all the different groups, they get ranked and how good they are in the tournament. And then the best one gets to pick first.
Yes.
So if W7M doesn't lose any more rounds, they will be tied best with M80. This is aggressive from Lopen, almost walks over the Claymore. That has survived. Tayo as well. Tempted to go for a run out here, Volps. Nice shots! On to Fishlike, the face full of buckshot. Tayo trades him on back. W7M are on track to continue contesting M80 for the best second seed team at SI and keep that seed advantage moving into playoffs.
I like your aggression here, but I mean, you got the 4v3 with both Dawson Dash, low on health. You could maybe there for Volps fall back, just play the numbers game. There's 60 seconds. All these Arcus cams from Zero on the board as well. So much information for ones on the side of SCARZ. Verticality in the buck. Soft destruction floors. They have tools to work with right now. Just gotta ascend up those staircases and start working the bomb set itself, because the thing is, all of W7M have picked a corner each. Open from off his hatch, gets a kill, drops down and re-aggressive.
He's gonna die. Good trade from Rek. Advantage for SCARZ in terms of the health. But positionally, W7M are still looking very comfortable on site. Good info, though, from the Sam cams, from Rek, the Zero. As he makes his way forward, 20 seconds to play, W7M trying to hold on, trying to retain that advantage. Rek, keen here, watching with the MP7, and the C4 from Dots as he goes below. He finds the planter, meanwhile on site, locked down by W7M. And they are still on track to be the best second seed team here at SI if they keep up this form.
You know, I'm curious if they know that. Because they might not necessarily know it.
It took like half an hour for the production to explain it to me while you were casting one of the previous rounds.
Is that why you were quiet?
It was why I was quiet for about a minute and a half as our producer was explaining the details of the format. And I had to ask him to explain it again because I didn't get it.
Okay.
But yeah, to clarify, W7M are currently the tie. If they win from here, without dropping any more rounds, they will be tied the best second seed team at the tournament with M80, and it means that they'll get the seed advantage moving into the playoffs. Of course, how the playoffs upper bracket works is the second seed teams from groups pick which third seed teams from groups they want to play. So
you can hand pick your opponent going to the first round.
Exactly, and I love that for multiple reasons, partly because of the BM.
Yeah,
like, you just
we think you suck.
We think you suck the most. We want to play you guys. So W7M are in the hot seat right now. I'm not sure who would be better out of them and M80 because they would be tied. So that would be determined some way by the admins. Okay. But yes, definitely W7M want that advantage. There are a couple of teams that you'd likely want to target after how you've looked at so far how the groups have panned out. So for SCARZ, they're looking to play spoils. Any rounds they get here make things harder for W7M come playoffs.
Okay. Side swap, by the way, the 4-2 half. And now, I wouldn't say things get more difficult. Border attack tends to be favored, but it comes down to, of course, as I always say, execution. We saw SCARZ go for a very similar attack, right? They're also going Aka's balcony with that Talon shield to try and get down that diffuser. And SCARZ didn't actually end up going for that. It was more like a backstep. They were baiting it out, got a couple of kills, then it fell apart. Now w7m gonna try something similar, but they got something else going for them. They got a Capitale, the fire and the smoke. They got Dukaby calls, but look at this. Nina in the corner, gone unnoticed so far. If he doesn't get spotted, he can easily get one kill, maybe a second.
Oh,
the Nate
no.
force movement. There's with the Bob at the door. I don't think that was intended for him, but it works out all the same. There's nobody currently from w7m on the balcony of Archive, so Dots is very alone.
There is a drone in Armory for w7m. They have information on where these players are. And now the AC balcony occupied there by Volps. A good flash.
C4 out.
C4 is baited successfully. w7m looking pretty safe as Rex got his C4 pre-aligned. He's waiting for the right moment. It's tossed on out. It does kill the planter, at least briefly. The plant stops. But amidst the chaos, w7m have recomposed and found the numbers advantage. Now it's up to Dodes to try and reattempt to plant, but meanwhile, Nina's found he is traded back again by Dodes, who locks down the fort. He doesn't need to plant a damn thing. He just fires up with his rifle. Massive round from Dodes. w7m continuing their reign of terror on border.
Ridiculous shot in the second guy that was flying off the shelf. I mean, how do you even read into that? So sharp in the server. The strat almost worked. They were spamming EMPs, fire, flashbangs, the whole shebang. But the triple C4 from SCARZ, it did work out to start with. But then the entries off w7m, they entered that bomb site and won the individual engagements. And with that, a tactical timeout has been called by SCARZ to try and navigate these future rounds.
Well, what to say now in your tactical timeout? It's been a couple of rounds now. They have struggled to get into it. 3 in a row, w7m have won. Reprisal of aggressive defenses. Now into a solid first attack round. We know it's much easier to attack than defend on border.
Yeah.
This current meta, that's why SCARZ picked to start on it, but a 2-4 half is not good enough. Now w7m, the 5-2 lead, are just 2 away from closing this series, rocketing to the top.
The thing about this map is that you can kind of cheese every bomb site with a rush, a direct attack, etc. So SCARZ's best bet might, oh nice shot there, might even be to go back to the same bomb site more often than not and just try and, you know, force w7m to attack in a different way. Because if you go to ventilation, to tellers, and bathroom, they might have a similar take for that bomb site with like a glass or a blitz or an OC or something like that. You just lose these rounds in the most frustrating of ways. SCARZ have chosen to Archive tellers though, or Archive tellers to tellers bathroom, and they got a pretty, I don't know, I don't like this upper lineup right now. I feel like they can't do anything amazingly well. You know, the Legion and the Oryx right now, they don't provide a whole lot of value unless a Monty's on the board all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And Mirror's open. You know, you have options to work with. You have information ops, like you still have the Pulse and Echo and Maestro. So it just feels like this is like, we're gonna fight you with our guns. But do you really though?
It's a loosey-goosey kind of setup, right? Like you can lock down and change some of the map with Castle and then play around it using your Legion and your Fenrir to try and add some traps, give yourself an advantage in these fights. But Nina's just going to be roaming. Like, most of these players don't have active util they can use. For example, like the Legion and the Castle and the Fenrir, they don't even have anything actively they can bring out, like a C4 or impact grenades.
Yeah.
It's just Fishlike who's got that. And I think we're going to see SCARZ suffer when this Blitz comes into play, as they have a lack of Blitz counters.
Oh, careful.
Whoa! Fishlike really should have won that fight. I don't know how he didn't shoot Dash, who peeked him with his gadget out. A C4 is about to be wasted. And Fishlike's life almost about to be wasted. He's doing a little bit of a pseudo James Bond impression, yet to find a kill, 7 deaths. Spray down from the pistol of Dots, and here's the catch from Volts, who's in the bloody bomb site. When did he steal his way into there? Quick revive though for Tayu onto Washoy, about to be flanked by Dots above the hatch. Here's the blitz, he finds one. Meanwhile, Lopin takes down Tayu. SCARZ, all of their anchors picked to pieces as Rectice make his way back inside. He takes a tail end of damage, looks to recontest it instead of going for the player on the site. The plan's still not confirmed. It's all up to Nina. He has been spotted, and he loses his first fight. W7m, untouchable here. 4 rounds in a row. 1 more to lock in the map and the series.
It does feel like they might know about that round count because ever since they hit 4-2 scoreline, they have been on fire, been so precise. And I want to go back to my previous point. I do think SCARZ, again, going for the same bomb site twice instead of trying new ones might benefit them because they play a different bomb site. And guess what? They got completely caught off guard by the attack of W7m because they don't know what to expect from them. You can counter-argue me and say, oh yeah, but Bingo, if they got a new bomb site, W7m won't know how they're defending it. But SCARZ aren't doing these really tricky, high-level, super complicated, over-engineered setups. They're playing what we call basic border, standard border. That's not a bad thing, but it's very predicted what you're gonna do, where you're gonna be playing at, because you're not playing anything out of the norm. And W7m, they have enough experience to know what that looks like and how to break it apart. SCARZ don't agree with me. That's completely okay. They're going for the third bomb site option of ventilation. It's a great site. You can play it vertically, extend around, play top 4. They got the mirror. This is great. Start. But now we're seeing W7m's train of thought. They showed the blitz. Okay, onto Ibana. They're playing Monty now. A very slow-paced round. And they're going to go for a third different iteration of attack and operators to deal with this bomb site.
Just goes to show how deep W7m's strat book is, though. SCARZ trying 3 different bomb sites. Let's see if they have any more luck on vents tellers. The castle makes a reappearance. I like the mirror pick, but my concern is the lack of direct counters to that Montaigne. Volps is so good on it. Dash is also in very early. Look at this, sneaking forward. Nina goes down. You can bring all the traps in the world. It doesn't stop W7m from sneaking in.
Oh, this is so risky, though. He sticks around as well, holds the angle. Camera is dead, though. Don't worry about it. But they're going to swing him. The second one goes down. Is that a third? No, the trade is there.
But still, the damage might be done. W7m are in the building with a massive numbers advantage. Vol's making his way forward. It's all up to Washnoy. He does not stand. The major champs have had quite a resurgence here. They do not let SCARZ get a look in. It's another 2-0. The first that W7m have had in this tournament so far. It's been a hard-pressed SI group stage. But they lock in 2nd seed in their group, and with that, one of the best 2nd seed teams in the tournament, gunning to be in a good look going into playoffs.
I know we're all very harsh on W7m on their first map of 9 laps.